it's time to dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video and making yourself a priority. I am Denise. It is Saturday, and Saturday is weigh-in and meeting topic du jour day here on Dish with D. I went to my meeting yesterday, Friday, and I did post that in my group. I do a rambling. If you're not part of my Facebook group, you should be. I do kind of almost daily ramblings where I'm in the car going somewhere and I give you a little mini vlog. So there's a link down below for Dish with D's crew. Come join us there. We'd love to have you. And how did you do yesterday, D? I lost. I did mention it in that vlog. I didn't mean to because I like to give you like a little anticipation. But I do have something fun to tell you about that. I was down 0.8. Shock. Yes, I was shocked. But the better news is, don't laugh. Please don't laugh. I share way too much here. I came home, had to go. And normally I don't go before I eat. That's a rarity. But I didn't go really great. Sharing way too much. The day before, I went okay. It was decent. But I didn't go on Thursday. No, I didn't go Wednesday. I think I went, I don't know. Well, I know I was a day short of, and I went. And I got back on the scale because I hadn't eaten yet. And I was down another half a pound. But I'm not counting that. I just want to share that because, I don't know. And I owe a lot of that, I want to say, to this. I'm not sponsored by them, but this is Ray. It is a pro and prebiotic. I get it on Amazon, but somebody told me you can get it at Target. So it's linked to my Amazon store, and I love it. I take 2 a day. It balances your gut health and supports your digestion, and it's kind of has an apple cider base. It keeps me regular, and I just thought because I know a lot of us suffer with that. I do, because I did. But now with that, but I do take my Bellway Beauty Fiber for my hair, skin, and nails, and fiber. And that's, I don't know, I just want to give that a plug for no reason. It's unsponsored, but I know a lot of us suffer from that. So, and I know a lot of you watch this video. So, yeah, I was excited. 0.8. And the week I had, man, girls, I ate. Just goes to show, sometimes, changing up, and people talk about this thing called calorie cycling, where you have low point days, high point days, or high calorie days, low calorie, whatever you follow, definitely helps. It gives that, fluctuation for your body to really keep it, going. And I'm still taking my class. I haven't taken any classes this week because I was working too much, but if you didn't know, I am taking a nutrition class online to be a certified nutrition coach. Yes, ma'am, it cost me, I can't tell you how much this cost me. But I'm doing it for you so I could be more informed when I talk. Yeah, I talk about things based on my experience and based on things I find online. But I'm going to have a certification when I'm done. Hopefully I'll pass. Because you have to pass the test to get the certification. And like I said, I have a year to finish it, so. And then maybe we could, if you guys want to have one-on-one sessions and stuff like that, and we could talk about what you're eating, how you're eating, how much you're eating. That's way down the line. But I know a lot of you have asked. They ask for it, and I feel that I don't want to use the word worthy, but I'm not educated enough to give you counseling. That's why I took this class, because I get asked all the time, would you counsel me? Would you coach me? And I would love to. And I could, based on my experience, I can. But I feel like unless I have some kind of backup of, something, professional, I don't feel, comfortable doing it. But, stuff that I'm learning here really makes a lot of sense. And it just reinforces what I say here a lot, which is so impressive that what I'm learning reinforces what I say. And this way I have that. I just like to say, oh, well, you can, I always say, Google it, but is Google always right? Is it? All depends on because you can have sites for everything. It agree with you and disagree with you. So you have to be careful when you look up something, because there's definitely many foods for thought. So what's this food for thought, Dave? How to plan meals in 4 simple steps. Now, I'm not a meal planner. I'm not. I tried. It's just not for me. Like I say, but it might be for you. This might help you. And I've learned, stop complaining about the topics. My shoulders still bother me if they see me moving weird. If I sit with the boobs out, I don't know. So I tried to be a little, because I think to myself, it's not all about me. You're not here about you. You're here about you. So I'm if you've noticed, I've not been so negative about the topics because somebody out there might need to hear this. All right, let's see what Beth James O'Keefe has to say. Skeptical about adding another thing to your to-do list? We get it, but meal planning is actually a major gift to future you. Use this guide to get ready for the week ahead and see if you don't thank yourself later. Aw, our future self might thank us. Try this. 1. Which meal will you plan this week? You can start with just one. Thursday, dinner. Make sure you have the time to put in to get that together that day. 2. What recipe will you make? Head to the WW app for inspo. We've got 12,000 plus options. They do. Half the reason I love the app is for the recipes. I'm not gonna lie, half the reason I went with the app, because I used to do iTrack Bites Healthy, and I wanted the WW app just for the recipes, because there are 12,000 options, and they make it so easy for you to find. All you have to do is go and type in the search, like crockpot, and all the crockpot recipes come up. Instant Pot, all the Instant Pot recipes come up. Chicken, all the chicken recipes come up, so it's so user-friendly. Sheet pan fried rice with chicken. To plan, go to the app and menu and pick this week's plan to slot your picks. There's a lot of great recipe sites out there. Skinny Taste, Drizzle Me Skinny, Emily Bites. I mean, just to name a couple. That Pound Dropper. Oh my God, Pound Dropper. I like Pound Dropper more for her desserts. Not that her other things aren't great, but I tend to go for her when it comes to like decadent dessert. And she's never let me down, and she's fabulous. Hungry Girl. My girl Lisa Lillian. She will hook you up. What ingredients do you need to buy? Check your kitchen to see what you have already. Is always important. You don't need to double buy. Buy cauliflower rice, broccoli, red bell peppers, and sesame oil. Just keep your sesame oil in the fridge. Decide on a day and time to shop. How and when you will prep. Consider how much time you need. Cut veggies Wednesday night. Cook Thursday after work. Prep any ingredients in advance you can. All right. How did things go? Great. Challenge yourself to plan an extra meal next week. You did great with one. Try 2. Try pinpointing what went wrong and how you can handle it next better. So that's interesting. It's basically giving you one meal to start out with. And if it's successful, then maybe you can try 2. That's a great thing. And it's definitely telling you dinners, because I don't know. I mean, breakfast for me, like I said, I did a video. If I remember to link it, I will. It was how I meal prep. It's a very base, easy for the scattered brain person like myself. I have on my menu thing, I have 8, I think it was, rotating breakfasts that I like. I have that on there. And then lunch is usually sometimes leftovers. Sometimes it's deli meats. And I eat deli turkey. Don't hate me, but I do. It's turkey. Sometimes, like I said, I do crock pot chicken, and I have like this chicken that I put, not the crock pot, Instant Pot chicken that I put in there and shred, and I eat that during the week as well. Vegetables and dip are really good. I have chips. Yes, I do. I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm not one sitting here eating veggies and fruit all week. I have chips occasionally. Why? Because it's life. And in life, you're going to have chips. Better to buy them pre-packaged, pre-portioned for you so you don't overeat. No, I don't open another one. That's because I don't. But I get them off Weight Watchers. I get them off Target, Amazon. Love the Pitos. Love my Pop Chips. And I've hauled several of them. You've seen them on my hauls. Pop Chips, Popcorners. Love them. Weight Watchers sometimes it has a sale on their chips. I'm pretty uncomfortable. And I'm sorry. Just not in my bag. So I have chips. What other ones Quest. 3 points for a bag, 17 grams of protein. They've upped their chips. Back in the day, I used to get them. They were terrible. But now, I adore the ranch, the loaded taco, the chili. Target has them in a bag. I think they're $7.99 for 4. I think Sam's or BJ's has a bag. I think it's 2 flavors, so $9 for 6 bags, I think. They're a decent price. People say Nutrition is a good price. I don't know. I've never shopped on Nutrition. I do have a Nutrition code, though, if you need to. Let me know what you need, and I will hook you up. I think you get 10% off, I think. This shows how much I do with Nutrition. But yeah, chips. So that's how I plan lunch. And sometimes soup if it's cold out. We have soup a lot. But dinners are the thing. And I just, like I said, I just have a well-stocked pantry and I just pick my protein. And I show that in the video. You'll see that. I have like chicken, beef, turkey, chicken, fish. Usually a few chicken and maybe a turkey. I mean, a few chickens and a turkey. Yeah. And a fish option. So I'll pick one of those proteins and decide what I'm going to do with it. And it just depends on, I'm the cook. I decide what we eat. So it's like, do I want to do Parmesan in the air fryer? Do I want to do like a stir fry? Do I want to do just breaded chicken in the air fryer? Honestly, you can do breaded chicken. It's not going to kill you. You know, panko breadcrumbs are so low in points for the amount that you need on your piece of chicken. So don't poo-poo that. Let's dive a little deeper. We're all here for spontaneity. That's me. When it comes to weekend getaways and date nights, but at mealtimes, especially if you're hungry, tired, or busy, just don't have the energy to cook, you can lead on spontaneous combustion of your points budget. Also, I like to keep some frozen options that are decent in my freezer, like the Trader Joe's shrimp burgers, mahi burgers. They're 2 points each. That's a quick dinner. You know, you can put it in a wrap if you want to pay 2 points for a burger. You can afford a 2 or 3 or 4 point bun. They're really good and the family loves them. So I always have them on hand if I don't feel like cooking. Let's just have burger night, you know? And I make a chicken teriyaki burger that I showed on meal prep. Probably, I want to say it was Memorial Day weekend. And it's kind of, because Trader Joe's doesn't make their sweet onion teriyaki burger anymore. So I made my own. 0 points though. Went from 2 to 0. So yeah, and it's really good. So I've made those ahead of time. I get the 1 pound pack of chicken made into 4 patties, 0 point patties, and I freeze them between wax paper. So I have that I can pull out if I don't feel like cooking. And there's always pasta. I know pasta's high in points, but it makes a quick dinner. And I have a 0 point marinara that doesn't cost me any points, and it is easy to put together. It doesn't have to cook all day. It doesn't. So you definitely have a rotation of quick things, because you're coming home from work. I know you don't feel like prepping. I don't know, you don't even feel like chopping veggies. Sometimes you had a really bad day and it's like, what can I get on the table really quick because I need to put my feet up and watch Netflix? I totally understand that, because there's just days you don't want to be in the kitchen. You just don't. And trying to have things in your arsenal that could put a quick meal on the table is definitely helpful. On the other hand, if you spend little time planning, at least 1 or 2 meals, research suggests you're more likely to stick to your goals and lose weight. Why? It gives you the tools to prepare for a challenge and turns healthy choices, a home-cooked meal, into an easier one. If you've already picked a recipe, have ingredients, and know it only takes 15 minutes to prep, making dinner can feel less like a chore. Definitely, you save points by ordering out. But that doesn't necessarily ring true. You could order out a delicious vegetarian option or a salad with grilled chicken on it and be totally within your points. Of course, the dressings they have are never any good, but I make my own dressing just to save points. After all, meal planning isn't just about what you eat. It's about how you eat. Say, after a long day when you face a less nutritious options, planning also often means more than just healthy meals, because it helps you stay within your budget. Save points for a special event. Celebrate a blue dot streak. You know I hate the blue dot. And other small steps that lead to your goal. Yeah, the blue dot. I'm sorry, I don't know why they talk about the blue dot. People aren't eating enough because of the blue dot. Yeah, so I think that should really go. And I know a lot of you love it, and it's something that motivates you. But I think for some people, it's causing them not to eat enough. Not everybody, but some people. I really do. I think it doesn't. This is the month. The theme for the month is plan for how you eat. That's the theme for this month. That's really cool. And I will put the recipe du jour right after. I'll insert it in here because I think I know how to do that. Yeah, it's grits, which are really high in points. Grits. I mean, I love grits, don't get me wrong, but that's really pointy for grits. But, you know, and everything has to be 0 points. You know, I think we forget about that. We think everything has to be 0, everything has to be 0, everything has to be 0. Can I also address the calorie thing that's going on amongst the World Wide Web? One thing I want to stress is it's not about calories. It's about macros. Calories tell nothing. nothing. So counting calories, unless you're not, you need to be counting macros and calories if you're going to calorie count. Because if you're not, you're doing yourself a disservice, because it means absolutely nothing, in my opinion. What I'm learning and research on the class, it's all about macros if you're going to calorie count. If you're doing with the points, I really think that's why some of the points are not as fair as we would like them, because a point is not a calorie. It's giving you more. It's not saying, this is, all right, let's just take something like, I'm gonna make it up, but it's definitely the way it goes. Something is 2 points, but 400 calories. How does that happen? Because the density of what makes up that food is not saturated fat and sugar. Now, something that is 90 calories and 4 points has saturated fat and sugar in it. So they make it goes up in points because that's not the best option. Should you eat it? Probably not, but can you eat it? Absolutely. But you also have to keep in mind when you're looking at that you run out of points eating that. Does that mean you stop eating for the day? No, it does not. You have weekly points. So if you're there's where the disconnect comes, because people aren't pulling in those weeklies. They're afraid to. I don't eat my weeklies, I'll gain. I don't eat my weeklies. In this plan, with this algorithm, you have to dip into weeklies or you're not going to be eating enough. How many weeklies is determined by, I just go between 8 to 10 weeklies extra a day. That's how I figured out when I counted calories way back in the beginning of the summer, or no, it was actually spring. I did that a while ago. Remember, we went over that and I said, in order for me to come to where I need to be, caloric-y, I need to add at least 8 to 10 points extra per day from the weeklies, and you earn them. And especially if you're a hardcore exerciser. If you're exercising every day and you're burning X amount of calories, I guarantee you your weeklies are close to 100, if not more. And if you're leaving those points on the board, you're not eating enough. And when you burn that much, you need to replenish. You do. It's healthy muscle. It's healthy. You have to. So before you want to jump off the point bandwagon, you have to look at what you're eating and how you're exercising. That means everything when it comes to calories. It's not about something's 90 calories or 100 calories or 300 calories. It depends on what makes up that food. You have to know the protein, the fats, the saturated fat, the fiber, and the sugar, because that's why points are the way they are. Is this algorithm perfect? No, none of them ever are. We all know that. That's why they change. And I think, you have to, I think we're just so geared not eating those points that I think a lot of us have not embraced this plan. I agree. I mean, I'm guilty of that. I'm used to just a certain amount of points. I love my 23 plus my 6. So I learned I have to eat around 34 to be within, to see weight loss. And I did that this week. I definitely went over. And some of us hate to see those points go down. And it's like, it feels like we're a failure. Oh my gosh, my points are down. If we're eating good food, and we're accounting for it, and you're definitely going to be within your calories. But like I said, eventually we're going to be, I'm going to get to, once I get done, if you guys want to do calories and you want to know your macros and what you should do, we can revisit that later on down the line once I finish. And I feel like I have the knowledge to give you. I can't sit here and say I know everything when I don't. And just because I read on the World Wide Web doesn't make me an expert. But when you take a class, and the class is run by professionals, and you're going to be considered one when you're done, then we absolutely can revisit all this. But from what I'm getting, and it's something I've been saying, and I know this plan is definitely geared differently. And we're all hardwired differently through the other plans not to eat those extra points. And make sure when you're counting calories, or when you're counting points and calories, that you're counting those 0-point foods. They have calories, and some of them have a lot of calories. So your yogurt, my goodness, has calories, and your cheeses have calories. And even those little things that, just like a bag of pretzels that I have calories. I think they're 90. Yes, there are 2 points, but they're 90 calories. So that's kind of an even-keeled one. But you have to definitely, it's not so black and white. It is definitely, there's a lot of yellow in there. And I want you guys to be, it's just not this calorie number. We have to look at what makes up those calories. So just don't go by the calories. You have to go by the macronutrients. It's important. Fiber is important. Protein is important. Carbohydrates are important. And if you're eating something that's all carbs, or, not enough protein and not enough fiber and too much, what I'm saying? There's just different things you have to, so it's not as easy as it looks. And yes, they have apps that do that. I will recommend to anybody that's thinking of the old WW program that loves like Points Plus or the blue plan or the green plan. iTrack Bite Healthy Professional, I think it's $29 a year. They have those plans. And they also, when you get the professional, you get the secondary metric for that. You will see your calories, your protein, your carbohydrates, your fiber. I think that's it. I'd have to go in. So those things are already done for you. So you're just adding it in one time. If you're doing two separate apps, that's not going to last. You can't sustain that. But go on iTrack Bites Healthy. You love your blue plan. You love your green plan. You love your personal, your Points Plus, or I think they might even do Momentum. I don't even know. But go on there, buy that app for $30, and it's going to do a year. It's going to do everything for you by just putting it in once. Scan your thing, boom, it's going to give you everything, and it's going to tally it up for you all day. It's so much less work, so much less stress, and it'll give you that feel of doing WW and calorie counting. So that's my advice to you. If you definitely want a calorie count, you definitely should go over to iTrack Bites Healthy. You should, because that will give you, like I said, the blue plan, the green plan, and it'll give you the calories and right up there. And that'll help you out tremendously. Because I know, doing all this double tracking takes time. And how long are you going to be wanting to do that? I know, and it's like, yeah, we're all gung-ho in the beginning. This is great. And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, I'll track that later. I'll track that later. See, that's for me. That's how it will happen to me. I will slowly just stop doing it because it's going to become work. And when something becomes work for Denise doesn't do it. She's going to be like, I got other things. I'll do that in a minute. I have to do this first. And then you just totally forget. And all of a sudden the next day's here. You haven't tracked yesterday's and you're behind tracking today's. And it's just like, it just drives you nuts. So I just like to simplify your life because I think when you simplify things, you're apt to do them and you're apt to be successful doing them. So that's what Dish with D is all about. Simplifying life. So because when life is simplified and less complicated, you'll do it. You'll stick to it. And that's what we want. I always say baby steps in long term make sustainable changes and you'll see results. And you don't feel like you're on this diet. Oh my gosh, I'm on this diet. I can't have that. I can't have this. Never say you can't have anything. You can. You just have to fit it in and you have to have the ability to put it in your app, whatever app you use. And nothing is off the table. Don't say, oh, I don't eat that. Bottom line, are you going to say that forever? I don't know. I don't say anything is off the table. I don't say no food is inherently bad. This and this and that. You just have to eat in moderation. Nothing is bad in moderation. That's a whole video, moderation. And that's a hard one because a lot of us didn't practice moderation. So now that we do, and like I said, people laugh when I sit there and say, I could have a couple of bites of dessert and be so satisfied. Whereas I didn't have to eat the whole thing or two of them because I'm allowing myself to have it. When you hold food into this esteem of, I don't have that but once a month. Yeah, that's the food you're going to binge on because you're going to want it. And I tell people all the time, find something you like. Have it so many days a week. Like some people eat if they don't want to eat after dinner. I don't want to snack, but I can't help myself. I said, well, make designated days that you're going to eat after dinner. Like maybe Tuesday, Thursday, you'll have an after dinner snack. So you'll look forward to that. You'll have it planned in and you'll look forward to that snack. And you're not having it every day. So you're weaning yourself away from eating at night. So I don't eat at night anymore because I couldn't. But that was a whole different animal. But you have to wean yourself off of a habit. You just can't say, I'm done. I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to eat at night anymore. That's hard. So if you wean yourself a little bit, you'll find it easier. Like, oh, I don't really want my snack tonight. You might not want it. Baby steps. We have to retrain ourselves how to eat and how to eat properly. But we can do it. We have each other to help us out. So that's it. I did go on way too long about this, but So thank you for joining me. If you enjoy these weigh-in videos, let me know with a big old thumbs up. Let me know down below how your week went. Did you gain? Did you lose? What did you find really went well? What did you do differently that you saw a good result in the scale? Because share it with the rest of the family, because a lot of times your ideas help so many other people. You might not realize it, and I noticed that you guys read each other's comments and comment. I think that is so fabulous. We are truly here a community of people who care about each other, because that's wonderful that you're reading each other's comments and you're commenting with each other, good job, or I got you, and it warms my heart. That is how it is, because it's a beautiful thing that you're out for each other, and that's what a community does. That's what a meeting does. We are our own meeting here. Even though we're not live all the time, we're still a family, we're still a community, we still help each other out. So I love that about you guys. You guys are just, I say that all the time, that I have the best peeps. People that subscribe here are great. So you make me proud every day, and I see growth when you do that. When you're there answering for somebody and commenting on, that's growth, because you know what's, you know what I'm saying? That is such, it makes me proud. A proud mama here. So I will dish with you tomorrow for meal prep. It's dinner meal prep tomorrow. I know, something different. I made 2 dinners. I prepped some veggies, and I made some spice mix. It's not really spice mix. It's not, girls and boys, the store does that already. This is just pumpkin pie, spice, sugar. Like cinnamon sugar, pumpkin pie, spice sugar. With monk fruit. So sprinkle your pumpkin pie spice. Yeah, you know. That's how I live. So I will talk to you. I will see you in meal prep tomorrow. And I will see you Zoom on Monday. If you don't know, we do live Zoom meetings. Very structured. It is about 25 minutes on Zoom. Monday morning, 9 a.m. Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. There's a link in the Facebook group. If you do not do Facebook, please email me and I will send you the Zoom link. It is totally free. You just come and I pick a topic. And sometimes I make handouts that I send you the link for nothing. So if you need a meeting and you need a community, come to the Zoom. Like I said, it's a lot of fun, and we chat and I give a topic. I'm really very structured there because you don't have much time, and it might be something that you need. So that is it. Again, I keep saying that and I keep talking. I will talk to you later, gators, as I say on my ramblings. We will dish another day.